Winter has always carried a certain quiet that settles over the world like a blanket, softening sound and slowing movement. Yet on one particular night, the quiet felt unnatural, too deep, too deliberate, as if the world were holding its breath. That was the night I learned that silence can be a warning. I was taking the shortcut through the woods on my way home, something I had done countless times before. The snow lay thick on the ground, muffling my footsteps as I moved beneath the towering trees. Moonlight filtered weakly through the branches, casting long, shifting shadows that made the familiar forest feel strangely distorted. The cold clung to me with a kind of possessiveness, slipping under my clothes and settling in my bones. After several minutes of walking, I heard a sound that didn't belong to me, the sharp, unmistakable crunch of snow being stepped on. I stopped instinctively, listening. The forest around me seemed to freeze as well. Nothing moved. The tree stood unnaturally still, almost expectant. When I began to walk again, the sound returned, steady and hesitating, and following the exact rhythm of my own steps, only a beat behind. Fear crept into my chest, tightening with each breath I drew. I called out a hesitant greeting, hoping to ground myself in something human, but the only response was the low moan of wind pushing through the branches. The cold deepened, settling across my shoulders like a hand. When I reached the curve in the path that marked the final stretch home, I noticed a disturbing sight near the old wooden signpost. The snow was thrashed in a wide circle, as though something had paced there repeatedly. More unsettling were the prints left behind, long, narrow, and ending in deep claw marks that did not resemble any animal I knew. A sense of dread washed over me, instinctive and primal. Then I heard my name. It was whispered softly from behind me, spoken with a strange unfamiliarity, as though the voice were trying out the syllables for the first time. I felt something in me fracture. Without daring to turn around, I ran. The forest blurred past as I sprinted toward home. The sound behind me did not resemble footsteps. It was smoother, almost gliding, accompanied by a low hiss that grew sharper as it gained on me. Only when I burst into the open field behind my house did the pressure ease. The golden porch light beckoned like a sanctuary, and I scrambled up the icy steps, slamming the door shut behind me. Inside, the familiar warmth offered temporary comfort. But my fear drew me to the window, as if pulled by some morbid curiosity. At the edge of the wood stood a tall, impossibly thin silhouette, darker than the night surrounding it. It remained completely motionless, watching me with an intensity one could feel even through the glass. After a long moment, it tilted its head in a slow, unnatural arc, then stepped backward and disappeared into the darkness as though absorbed by it. I have never taken the shortcut through the woods again. Still, on certain winter nights when the world falls silent and the cold presses too closely against my skin, I sometimes hear a faint whisper drifting through the stillness, someone shaping my name in the dark.